0 hour strikes, the clock ticks down. Rise from the ashes, wear your crown. No fear, no chains. Break the mold, forge your destiny. Fierce and bold.
Well, we're going to see how that goes. It says it's live. I don't know if it's live. There's all sorts of computer issues on my end, but you know how that goes. It wouldn't be rural and it wouldn't be 0 hour if we didn't have technical issues, right?
There you go. And
there we go. So
that's
welcome everybody to 0 hour, the podcast. We are missing the Foursquare. They texted they will be here very shortly, but you know who we are. I'm the Rural, and next to me, Mr. Half Ready. Who are you?
I'm Mark, and I'm half-ass ready.
There it is. And who do we got below us? Did he freeze?
We good?
Yep. Go ahead and tell everybody who you are.
I am Ohiovallyprepping, aka OVP, and welcome in, everybody.
That is right. So Chris and Amy will be joining us shortly. Welcome in. We've got in chat just real quick before we get too far into everything, because I saw there was a couple. Grace, good to see you. Looks like Orlando is here as well. Little Lone Prepper, Rabid. Looks like James here, and J-Man, all of you. So let's see where we are. Gentlemen, catch me up. It's been a week, and I saw that Grace had a really good starting question. There's some more questions rolling in, but let's see if we can give Chris and Amy a minute, because I want them to answer some of these questions. So Half Ready,
Yes,
catch
sir.
me up. What's been going on since last time that I saw you?
Holy moly. Well, the world is still on fire, but the USA hockey team did bring home the gold in both the women's and the men's, and that was totally inspiring for me. Most of you youngsters out there weren't around in 1980, the last time we won the gold, when the Americans beat the Russians in the semifinal round, not the finals. We beat the Russians and put the Russians in the bronze medal round, and then we beat the Sweden in the gold and silver round. But I was 12, and I was staying at a friend of mine's house overnight, and it was on a Saturday night because it was in Lake Placid. And, I remember watching that Miracle on Ice game. And so this morning, I got up very early so I could watch the men win the gold, first time in 44 years. So, yeah, pretty exciting morning for me. But and the rest of the world's still on fire, but the Olympics are still the Olympics, right? And it's still an opportunity for us to be proud of America again, no matter what your political persuasion is, right? And I honestly hope, I know it was for me, but I honestly hope that we all took some time to watch whatever it is you like to watch, figure skating, hockey, bobsled, whatever, and cheer for America, whether they won the gold or not. Just take a little time to be proud to be an American,
There it is.
So there you go. That's what's been going on for 2 weeks for me anyways, the Olympics.
I like it. That's a good answer. What about you, OVP? What have you done since last time I seen you?
Oh, well, I work, busy, hanging out with this thing, of course. Mrs. OVP is getting ready to go out of town, so I kind of redid her get home bag for the distance that she'll be traveling, in case something crazy happens next weekend while she's gone.
Did you video it?
No, I didn't. I should have. You're
You
right.
should have.
What else? Well, yeah, like Mark said, the world's on fire. I see they got some shenanigans going on down there in Mexico today. One of the cartels decided to basically declare war on the Mexican government. So that's always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Ghost says squirrel. Oh, wait, wrong channel. So, yeah, just, doing the things.
Yep.
Getting ready to be unsupervised next weekend.
Don't know. Man.
Shenanigans
does that mean
inbound.
Does that mean party at OBP's house?
Yes.
No, actually, I'm going. There's a sustainable living conference Saturday that I'm going to go to. So, of course, Mrs. OBP wanted to go too, but she's going to be out of town. So
That's what they make video call for.
That's
yeah.
right.
And I'll probably try
Carry
to film
on.
it. Yeah, I'll probably try to film some of it if they don't mind. I don't know if they're okay with that or not. I guess we'll see when we get there. So, but that's what I got going on. Just the usual. Nothing new and exciting.
Excellent. Sounds good. I mean, for me, it's been a lot of work, a lot of getting things ready, doing a lot of spring cleaning and what. Anybody that has not, there is something missing right here. You guys are the first ones to see. So don't freak out. The world is not ending. World just needed a little bit of a change. And so what better way of change, right?
There you go. Scare the shit out of your kids by shaving your beard off.
Yes. Nothing like that. So coming off of a really good weekend.
It looks good. If you'd have shaved it all off, we might all been a little freaked out, but it's all right. So
no, can never do that. I can't do that personally. The girlfriend would probably kill me as well. So it's here to stay. But yes, come off a really, really good weekend, epic weekend. And so I am excited. Mondays for me is actually a good thing. So, but I did see as we wait for Chris, and let's go ahead and kick things off. Let's see if they can get here before we get too in depth into everything. Maybe they'll come in just at the right time. A really good question. On her question right here is, what is the one thing about prepping or homesteading that looked easy to do, but turned out not to be so? And then part two is, would you do it again knowing what you know now? Who wants to kick that one off?
Well, I don't know. I'll go.
Don't jump in. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, none of it was easy. I wouldn't say none of it was like a piece of cake, but nothing particular sticks out in my mind. I mean, of course, we all had trouble with probably everything we tried the first time we tried it, but we just kept going and learned more and tried again and learned how to do the things that we do. I mean, like I said, I don't think any of it came as just, like it was a piece of cake, so, but I don't think I can't think of anything that one thing in particular that really sticks out that makes me go, oh, I don't want to do that again or whatever it was, I mean, yeah, it was a learning process, but
yeah,
that's just kind of how it is. Of course, I haven't got into a lot of homesteading yet, so some of that might be a different story, but that's our next step. So we'll get back to you on that.
I like half ready. What's your answer?
Well, yeah, I thought about it, and I started to say food preservation, but it didn't look easy. In fact, it looked pretty scary until we got into it. And that's one of those things, the more you do, the better you get at it.
Yes.
But I think for me, probably I thought, okay, you just buy a generator and you have backup power, correct?
Yeah.
And it's just not that simple. And it's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about it. I guess the reason I studied it so much. When I first thought about it, I said, okay, just get the generator and a bunch of damn extension cords. And then, well, holy cow, you got to pull out refrigerators and plug in refrigerators and blah, 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 right? And I thought, well, I'll wire it straight into my house. Well, then, back to my handyman videos, I didn't know how to do that. I had to learn how to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I had to learn the math. We talk about the math all the time with the generator, right? So, yeah, I would do it again because it's extremely necessary to, especially a short-term plan. You know,
You do it. I was snorting the microphone. Where?
Yeah, it's especially necessary to SHTF short term, especially. 15 or 16 or 20 days without power is that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And so yes, I would do it again, but it's not an easy process. It's not a cheap process. It's not something that you just willy-nilly do. It takes
Correct.
some planning and no, it wasn't easy at all. But I would do it again, and I would help anybody who needs help doing it for the first time, right? And I'm continually improving my off-grid electrical session all the time.
We got incoming.
We do got incoming. What's up?
What's up, Amy?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. We had to tow our daughter's car, and we just got in.
Wow.
Chris will be in just a minute, but I was
Okay.
just like, oh my gosh,
Hey.
I cannot not be here again because I missed the last one.
Yeah.
Life, it happens. Don't worry about it.
Life be life, and as Trent always says, it's all good.
Oh, but I'm here.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody mad at you, that's for sure.
No. Family comes first.
Yes, it does. And
Yeah.
and stuff happens. Stuff happens. I mean, especially with younger people and their POS automobiles.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Well, you can't afford a good car when you're young. It's just you have POSs. That's exactly how I got into mechanicking.
I can't afford a good car now. No.
Well, that's true. But,
What's young got to do with it?
yeah.
That's true. That's true. Well, Amy, you came in at the perfect time because it's your turn for the first question.
It's my
Yes.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first question is from Grace here. What's one thing about prepping or homesteading that looked easy to do, but not to be so easy to do? And then part 2 is knowing what you know and you do it again.
Okay, what is one thing that I thought was easy and then it turned out to be? I would say keeping the animals inside. My chickens keep getting out. And it's frustrating. But keeping the animals in their structure. So what would I do different? I think it would be make sure that the animal structures are sturdy enough to withhold, because my pigs have gotten out before, to withhold the animal that I have on my homestead. So that's something I would do differently, is make sure that their stuff is structurally sound for that animal.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, I think animal husbandry, a lot of people think is easy. You just go buy a cow, or you just go buy a goat, or oh shit, I'm going to raise rabbits, and chickens are, everything. Everybody loves chicken. Okay, coyotes love chicken, possums love chicken, coons love chicken. Everybody loves chicken, right? So they're just one of the most difficult animals to secure.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be secure because they're too damn stupid to know that they're delicious. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, animal husbandry is it definitely not nearly as easy as it looks.
Oh no, it's not.
No. And chickens are one of those ones that they're annoying, and that's the one that you're like, I'm going to send that thing to freezer camp, and you can't catch it, and it just won't go anywhere. But the one that you really like, you look at plops over, and you're like,
Yeah, and it just dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's like goats, it's pretty. Oh, they're so damn cute. The baby calf, they're so cute. The goats are so damn cute, and then they turn into badger,
Yeah.
right? They all do. They all turn into badger. They all do, especially goats. Okay, someone sent my wife a video of some new baby goats. They had some new baby goats, and so cute. You know how they're so cute, but. Holy moly, man. Like I said, the next thing you know, you got badger dancing on top of your brand new car.
Right.
I mean, so.
Yeah.
Animal husbandry stuff.
But we all love Badger, though, because Badger's he's a very celebrity, very unique, wonderful goat. And
yes.
For me, if we're going to go on this, I get probably weekly text of little baby goats frolicking throughout the house going, hey, can we get these? And I'm like, I'm going to get talked into house goats.
Yes. You got to get one of the fainting ones.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what my wife wants, one of them fainting goats. Of course, it'll just be passed out in the yard the whole time. It'll look like a statue that fell over. But
That's all right. That's all right. I probably will want to have house goats, and they'll make great content because they are just what you said. They're cute and adorable. So,
they are.
But I do want to fun one, even though that I saw it was meant for a joke. But Rabbit has a good one. What is the meaning of life? Right? If we're prepping, if we're homesteading, right? The whole point of this is to live, which means life. So what are we doing? What is the actual meaning of life? OVP, what's your answer?
I didn't know we were going to have a philosophy test today, but
yeah, we are.
What's the meaning of life? Well, just to be a good person.
What's the meaning of life?
Be a good person, help others, live life to your fullest. I mean, yeah, we spend a lot of time, prepping for bad things to happen, but you also got to get out and enjoy yourself some, live your life. Don't just be all gloom and doom all the time, And don't get me wrong, some of us, we like a little doom here and there, but yeah, just, be a good person, help others, and do what you can while you're here with the time you got.
Mm-hmm. It's a great answer. Great answer. Amy, I'm going to put you on the spot next. What is it? What's the meaning of life?
I don't know. That I didn't like. I'm with him. I didn't know I was going to have these hard questions. I don't know. Just enjoy it because every day is a blessing to wake up. You live like it's your last day because you never know what's going to change. So, just enjoy it because if you woke up today, you're blessed already. So there you go.
Good answer. Good answer. Half ready? I know you've got something, buddy.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, this is, I've thought about this all my life. What is the meaning of life? So it's contentment. Find yourself content where you are, right? And that's why we prep. So that while the rest of the world is in turmoil, we will be in contentment. And so it doesn't take money. If it takes money for you to be content, then that's what you'll be chasing. But, it doesn't take money to be content. It takes and content in all factions of your life. And you're never going to achieve that, right? Shaolin monks have been trying for 1,000 years to become content with every faction of their life, and they don't. So but you always want to be striving contentment in your relationship, contentment in your financial situation. But at the end of the day, you want to find yourself centered and be content. And so that's what we all strive for. Look at here. We got that is not Chris.
Yeah, this is my mama.
Oh, well, I would have known that. I would have known. I would have guessed that next would have been my next question. Well, that's not Chris. That looks like Amy's mom.
Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you, Amy's mom.
Nice.
Welcome in.
Well, I'm gonna take a stab at it, and then we'll move to the next question. I think meaning of life is all about legacy. I think that we all know that from the very second of conception, once we're born into the world, we have an expiration date stamped on our soul, and it's what you do with it from that moment on. It is about doing the things that you need to do, right? It's building your character, building who you are, and if you happen to get the blessing of passing that knowledge and morals and values down, and building something so that way your kids carry on the traditions. And I think that's kind of where we all went wrong, is that it's always been about more technology and make life easier. It's never should have been about that. It should have been about family traditions, family values, teaching kids what real, true passion and all that. And so for me, Rural's meaning of life.
I like it.
Hey, can I add to that? Has anybody
yes.
heard of the dash?
Dash. No.
It's not what it's not when you were born or what the day of your death. It's all about what's happened in that dash.
Mm.
Yep.
The dash.
And that's
like it.
the important part.
And
I like what Little Lone Prepper said too. She said, "Leave this place better than you found it." So
yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Well, she's that kind of person.
She is. Yeah.
She is that kind of a person. So,
Well, let's see, because it kind of looks like Grace is on a roll. So Grace has another one. What's the most irritating myth about prepping? And we can throw in homesteading, and why? So we'll just continue to go around the circle. OVP, what's the most irritating myth?
That we're all crazy. I mean, we're slightly crazy, but not as crazy as everybody thinks, and that we're all hoarders. Okay. I mean,
we are hoarders.
There is a fine line between prepping and hoarding. Don't get me wrong.
No, there's not. No, there's no there's no line at all. That line has been erased. We are hoarders.
But everybody thinks, oh, nothing's ever going to happen, and that's just so annoying. To listen to people say, hey, I don't need to do that. Nothing's ever going to happen. Life's going to go on as it is forever and ever and ever, and you guys are just wasting your time. And to me, that's just it's a little annoying, because when something does happen, I hate to be the one to say I told you so, but
right.
But just, and you hear a lot of people like, there's a lot of, probably 90% of them are like, nothing's ever going to happen, or they have no idea what's even going on. I test the guys at work every now and then. I'll say, oh, what do you think about Minneapolis, or, just something. And they'll look at me just like I'm talking in Chinese, like, I don't know what's going on in Minneapolis. Like, do you guys not live on the same planet I do? So yeah, it's just, that's mine. That everybody thinks we're crazy and nothing's ever going to happen.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Amy, what about you?
I have to say the same. Like, people think that there's nothing that's going to happen, and it prepping and homesteading go together, because we can stuff, for later dates, and in case something does happen. And I just think that's just the biggest baloney out there, on that, is that nothing's gonna happen, and it's just a waste of time. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, Half Ready, it's your turn, man.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest stupid thing people say when they're going to start prepping is, I'm going to go buy some freeze-dried food.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a really great idea. That's part of the prepping thing, but that one and the I'll just buy a lot of bullets and take what I need.
Yeah.
Those are that's a myth. Look, it's a plan. We've said this. You've heard me say this 1,000 times. You have a plan. It's a stupid and shitty plan, but you have a plan. So, yeah, those drive me nuts. But but again, prepping is it's a mindset that we all should be in. I realize we live in the first world, right? We are a first world country. We have things that people in third world countries only dream about, right? Instant health care. In this country, if you don't have a phone, the government will give you a phone. You know, if you go hungry in this country, it's because you choose to. There in anywhere, any part of this country, you can find the basic necessities of life. And when you go visit places, Honduras, for example, one of the most violent places on the planet Earth, and you watch people living in pallet houses, and you watch mothers, and this is true, you watch mothers pick dirt up off the ground and add it into the rice so that it stretches farther to feed their children. You understand. So I understand the mindset of people not feeling the need to be prepared, but it takes one natural disaster to rob you of that for a day or two, and you should at least be prepping for a couple of weeks. Whether you're end of the world prepper or a temporary end of your world prepper, you should be preparing for these things so that you're not a burden on your neighbors and your community. So, yeah, there's several myths, and we are crazy and we are hoarders. So there you go. I don't think that's a myth.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would say that I don't like it. I don't know if it's quite the myth. You got the ones that run and gun and be the lone wolves and do it, and then you got the other ones that say you can't lone wolf, but they also won't go find their people, right? For me, that's one of the ones. We live in the age of technology. There's so many conventions, meetups, all sorts of different things all over the place. It's almost to the time now you cannot make networking, and the thing is you don't have to network. Amy, do you live close to any of us here?
No.
Do we network? And
Yep.
what do you know, right? Like, you don't have to be neighbors. With technology, you can network across amounts of area and still get a lot of stuff accomplished. So
because we live in the first world, we are first world people, and we are taking advantage of being first world people right here tonight.
And not only take advantage, there's a lot of people that will take advantage of it, use it irresponsibly, and then take granted.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure they will. ADRBT has a great question. Is there something you regret or something you would not do again with prepping or homesteading? Let me put it back up here. That's a really good one. Something you regret or something would not do again. And we're just going to keep going around the circle. OVP, is there anything?
Buying too much gear. You know,
good one.
I like gear. I think a lot of people like gear. I don't think it's just me. But, you know, I think when you first start out, you get a little carried away with gear. And once you learn some skills, you realize that half of that stuff you don't need.
Yep.
So now you got a bunch of stuff laying around that you don't need. And, you know, you end up selling it in the yard sale or something for 10% of what you bought it for, and you end up wasting a lot of money. So, yeah, that's mine. I learn skills first, buy gear later. Because once you learn some skills, you don't need near as much gear.
Right. That's an excellent one. Amy, what about you?
Well, there's two things that I'm going to put into this, and that is growing what I don't eat or what my family won't eat. I'm just growing to grow. I've made that mistake before. Because then it's like, where does this food go? Like, where, yeah, I could take it to a market. But if I want to be self-sufficient for my family, then I need to plant what we're going to eat first, and then think about later on when that's working to go further than that. The next thing is, animals on the homestead, I'm thinking, hey, this is cute to have. Hey, this is cute to have. But does it serve a purpose on the homestead of where we want to be?
Right.
So I will not, once my potbellies are gone and they'll live the rest of their life on the homestead, once they're gone, I will not get any more potbelly pigs, because from this point forward, I'm getting animals that will serve a purpose on the homestead.
Yep.
So
That makes
there's
sense.
that.
Fantastic. I love the answer. Half ready. What about you?
I wished I'd have been more frugal when I started.
There it is.
I pissed away a lot of money. Not things maybe that. And by the way, OVP, you're blaspheming when you say too much gear. There's no such thing as too much gear. Okay, that is blasphemy. And you may be.
I'm on the vision preparedness gear buying plan this year. So
yeah,
I'm not getting anything unless I absolutely have to have it.
Yeah, I wished I'd have just been more frugal with the things that I found later, that there were better ways to purchase, build, or find things that I have. When I first dove into it, I just dove into it pocketbook first, and
Look at that.
and I mean that money's gone. It's down the stream, and I don't regret buying anything. I just wished I would have been a little more frugal as I went. I think I could have more gear. I think if I'd have been a little more frugal.
I love it. Less gear, more gear. Good job. Good job on that one. You know what? I'm gonna hold mine because Dana's got a really good part to this. Dana wants to know, piggybacking off this, what you know now. Do you wish you would have started what you are doing earlier? Do you think that you started right on time? OVP, what do you think?
Well, that's a great question. I would say I started on time. I mean, nothing's bad happened, so I didn't miss anything, right? So it's not like I went, oh, well, I wish I was prepared for this situation that happened 5 years ago or whatever. So, I mean, now the people down in like Mark's area this way, they weren't prepared when the hurricane came through last year. Well, they started too late. So it just depends on whether or not you needed to be prepped prior to now or not. See, like I said, nothing's happened up here. Knock on wood. So far, everything's been good, So I'd say I'm not behind the curve any, but that's not true for everybody. So I'd say I started on time because right now we're pretty well ready for just about anything, and nothing's happened yet. So we're good.
Nice. Amy, what about you?
I think I would have started earlier with the information I have now and what I want to do, because I'm still in the learning phase of everything, but I have the knowledge. But I think I would have started a little bit earlier, because I'm not the same person I am today that I was before, because I was a city girl. I was a city girl, and I was like, you're not getting me in the country. But now that I'm here in the country, it's like, I love this life and I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back to the city. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Half ready. What do you got?
Well, I things come in their own time. I started as early as I could. I'm like, I was looking at what Rabbit said. I was kind of raised this way. I was born and raised in the country on a farm. It's just how I was raised. But again, and it's a money thing for it's a financial thing and it is for everybody. Money's a necessary evil we all have to tolerate.
Yeah.
And so, I did it as I could, like the big solar generator, just picked it up last year and been thinking about it for more than a year, right? I thought about it a long time, but it was a big purchase. And it came at the right time. It came at the time it was supposed to come. So, and I'm with OVP. I mean, so far I've had what I needed to get through SHTF. That's happened to me personally, and it's been, I'm not going to cry. I mean, I thank God every day for the blessings in my life, but it's been a rough couple of years here between my health problems and the hurricane and other things that are going on right now as we speak. That it's been a rough couple of years. So, things come on in God's time and in good time.
Man, you were spot on right there. Spot on. Everyone kind of stole a piece of my answer on that.
That's what happens when you go last, sir.
Yeah,
that's okay. You know what goes on here, so it's I'll get through it. For me, though, that one where you just take over and you're like, you know what, I've got this, and then God smacks you down and go, no, you don't. That's not what I want you to do, and you get that life lesson real quick.
Yep.
And I was doing the gear stuff and I was doing all that fun stuff, and what it did is it taught me that for over a decade I was not pursuing my dream and the thing that I really wanted to do, and I was shown building something, and I was building with the wrong person. And so now that I am now listening, we have the proverbial hammer and the spiritual hammer, and if anything would have changed, I wouldn't be where I am today. And so I'm thankful for that. So JD has the next question. Really simple, really easy. What's your favorite thing to OVP?
Gear. I like gear.
Hey, back in the game. I knew we'd suck you back in.
And that's the problem. I like stuff. I think, I don't know if it's a guy thing. I don't think it's only a guy thing, but I think it's more of a guy thing than a girl thing. But yeah, I love gear. I like having stuff. And I keep having to redo my bug out bag because I'll put all this cool stuff in it. Next thing I know, it weighs like 80 pounds. And it's like, yeah, that ain't going to work. I'm getting too old to lug that thing around. So then I got to go through and rearrange and go, oh, do I really need this? But yeah, I mean, my favorite thing's gear. I just don't need anymore.
Nice. Amy, what do you got?
Well, Chris is a big prepper. He's got bags and stuff. And I've noticed that he's changed out his stuff every now and then, and made his gear better, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Making sure he has the right thing, getting into the right community to listen and see what else he needs to change about his bag, because there are some people who are, I'm going to put a bug out bag together and then they got the wrong things. And I'm not saying that Chris did. It's just you learn what others have and, oh, do I have that? Because that sounds interesting to have. So Chris has changed his, that's been exciting for him, is just making sure that his bags are prepared, so
Ooh.
That's been exciting for him. He's not here right now, but I do see him do that. So
that's awesome.
Yep. Gear's fun.
Love that. I love hearing that. Awesome. Half ready. What about you? What's your favorite thing, man?
I love guns, and I love gun accessories. Okay, but I do like what Mike kind of got me thinking there. Hudson Valley, I do enjoy the antique tools too. So those are a couple of things I really enjoy. But I keep finding, just for instance, I bought a new red dot for a Viper, Vortex Viper for a pistol, and I don't have a pistol that I can mount it on. So
now you got a problem.
I have to. No, it's not a problem. I have to buy a new pistol.
Yeah, there you go.
So, but again, I like the gun stuff. I like guns. I like guns accessories. I'm always looking at the next newest, greatest thing, weapons sight, weapon systems. But again, I have to agree with Mike. The hunting the antique tools is a lot of fun because I'm a big believer in having the hand tools around. So there you go.
No,
I'm done.
no, I like it. I like it. That's good. That's a good one.
Well, I have to stop myself because I can go a long time.
Oh, so can I. So you and I needed to sit down and do like a 10-hour live.
Holy moly! Well, I'm game.
Yeah, why not? We can do a marathon.
What the hell? I'm game.
Let's just do it. Well, Amy already put every time, so
Yeah. It's true.
Let's see. My personal favorite is for me to collect skills and things like that, because for me, knowledge is something that I get to learn and craft. I am a lifelong student when it comes to learning, and for me, as I craft and hone my skills, when I get to a certain level, I am therefore able to teach skills. And every single one of those that come into me is something that cannot be taken away, right? It cannot be broken, lost, stolen, any of that stuff.
Right.
I can't. It is with me, and it is a part of every single one of those skills and things that I pick up is something for myself and my family. And that right there, that is my absolute favorite thing, is knowing that every skill is just another in the cap and providing for my family. And it makes it so much better because the world's on fire. It's already hard to protect your family and provide and do all the things that you're commanded to do. Now I can do it even when the balloon goes up, right? I'm not doing the excuse thing.
Right.
So let's see. I saw one right here. So on the mag, this one's on the question of a mag. So how will security work in doing all the shifts and all that? So overall, how's security going to work when something happens in one spot when it happens? How is that going to work? OVP, how does that work?
You need to get into one spot, have a meeting point, have a plan. Hey, we're going to meet here, wherever, and have routes mapped out to get there and that. And then once you're all in the same spot, well, then you just divvy up the security things. Like I'm a night person. Okay. So if it was all of us here, I know, Rural's not a night person. Rural goes to bed early. So Rural would be the one that would probably be relieving me in the morning, So, yeah. So, then you just got to kind of divvy it up to what works best for everybody. You're going to have some night people, some people that don't sleep at night in your mag, or you should have anyway. And they're going to take the night shift. And so, yeah, but the most important part of that is if you're not all in the same place, you have to get to the same place.
Yes. Amy, what about you? Have you thought about security on the homestead? What are you doing?
Well, I'd like to think that I am already protected. But it takes planning and stuff, because Chris is all about the weaponry, he likes to show off his weaponry. If he could do it on live, he would, but that ain't going to happen. Right. But he likes showing people pictures of his weaponry. So
Don't like that.
But yeah, I go with OVP. I'm gonna ricochet off of him and say that it takes a lot of planning. Get with your people and plan, because we don't all have to be at the same location in the very beginning. But if you prep and you got that planning, then you all end up at the same place.
Yes. Yeah. Half ready. This is right up your wheelhouse, man. This question is for you.
Yeah, well, like last week, we started with planning and we ended with planning. Okay. So, but and I'm with, and look, I watch Mike, I watch Trent, I watch them all the time, and comms planning is important for your mag, so that you can communicate when the grid is down, and you have to be in the same place. Or you have to at least be close enough to each other to help secure each place. So security's you're gonna at the point when you get your people and you get your plan and you get your people in the same spot, then you have to come up with a schedule, shifts, and guess what? That will involve another plan.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. So we're back to the plan. It's just important, and we shouldn't be called preppers. We should be called planners. That's because it's the most important thing we do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
I over plan stuff, and she makes fun of me all the time for over planning stuff. Like, I want to know what we're doing, where, how we're doing it, where we're getting there, what are we taking, all the things. And she's like, I don't know. I figured we just figured out. I'm like, no. Yeah. We're not flying by the seat of our pants here. We're going to. The way I look at it, my dad told me a long time ago, is failure to plan is planning to fail.
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm the same way.
Or another way of saying it is piss poor planning prevents proper something. I can't remember. It's a bunch of P's, but it's piss poor planning prevents proper procedure or something like that. I mean, it's just it's
a bunch of P's.
It's a thing. Like, you don't just wing it. No, like, tell me list off anything in the history of man that made like national news or crossing the Delaware and all the big American things. Tell me any of them that were just we'll just wing it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you might get lucky and winging it might work, but
the
big ones are usually planned out.
But look, you have to. You can't let planning paralyze you. Okay, so when your plan goes to shit, and it will, it will go to shit. You can't let that paralyze you. So again, we talk about preparing between our ears.
Yeah.
And so we have to be ready. Yeah. But the important thing is to have an eraser to go with those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Planning is extremely important, but adaptability.
Yes.
I mean, that's the Marine Corps thing is adapt, overcome, like improvise. That's how it works.
Dude, the wind is blowing like 40 miles an hour here right now. I'm hearing shit flying outside.
It was yesterday here. It's kind of slower today, but it was rocking pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, we got my attention there real quick. I was like,
y'all are far enough east that you get our Tuesday is your Wednesday. It's the same wind that was here yesterday. It just made its way over there. So and it's usually a day behind us. Like the snow that hit us on Sunday hits you on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, it's freaking humming out there right now.
Well, you can just next time
a little bit more north, so sometimes you get the snow and we miss it altogether because of latitude.
Well, next time you can just keep it down.
Right.
I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I got to play in the Beast, so it was all right. Okay. Nice. Which one of you guys is Mike?
Mike is.
I told you. It was OVP. I told you.
Yeah, but he don't even go by that.
Because I sent you my phone number on the email.
Yeah, I was like,
it
didn't say anything else but your name. I was like,
he's got like 6 aliases.
I think that's OVP, but it didn't say anything on there to that effect. I was like, crap.
Because you can like AKA.
Yeah, everybody in my phone that I've met from like the YouTube communities and stuff, like the preppers or the homesteaders, it's always their first name and their channel name is their last name because I usually don't even know their last name.
Right.
So I just put Jeff Rural Report. Like that's what it says every time he texts me. It's like Jeff Rural Report.
So I got to tell the rest of the people a story about this. So I started watching Chris and Amy's live streams, and for like 2 months they talk about Brother Jeff. And I'm thinking, who are they talking?
Who are they talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand who they're talking. And it sounded like they were talking to Rural. Now I know what Rural's name is,
right?
And I kept thinking, well, they can't be talking to him. His name's not Jeff. And I went like 2 months trying to figure out who they were talking about. And finally,
And then he pops up on in the chat. We're like, hey, there's Jeff. And we highlight it. And it is him. It's like,
and now I just, every time I hear it, I just crack up. So,
you know, the funny part is we know his real name too. And we still call him Jeff.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. I've watched y'all.
Whatever.
It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's one of them inside things that you have to be there for it.
Right. Yeah.
But I went like months going, wait, they can't be talking to, who are they talking to? You know? So anyway, now I just laugh. Every time I see it, I laugh. So
it extends upon there. If you go over to 9 acres, I'm referred to as my name's not Jeff.
My name's not Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. It's hilarious. It's
so,
Jeff, not Jeff.
Hudson Valley's got a question for you, Earl.
Oh, I saw it right there. Where is it? It's no more. That's sad. It is not here no more.
It's in the,
I did
in the
see,
dustpan, Mike.
It is. I did see.
You swept that shit up off the garage floor.
Yeah, that's where. Well, bathroom floor, but same day.
Yeah, whatever.
I did see one because we are coming down to the end. I saw one on pets, and I thought this would be an interesting one. So, OVP,
that's a good question. I've seen that too.
What is your thoughts about having pets if we're going to, go in for an SHTF situation? Is it a good idea to have pets? Should I have like a big dog or something?
Okay, well, you've seen my dog, so if you're going to pick out a guard dog, where'd Amy go? We lost him.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, if you're going to pick out a guard dog, do not take advice from me because you've all seen my dog, and she ain't guarding nothing. So now the other dog will at least alert us if somebody comes around. So now he's not going to do anything to him, but at least he barks, and that might scare somebody off. But I mean, you got to live your life. So as far as having pets go, I mean, if you want to have pets, have pets. You can't go, well, I'm not going to have any more pets because something might happen. Well, something might happen no matter what.
Oh.
But if you are going to have pets, you do need to have supplies on hand for them.
I don't know what just happened.
You guys glitched
Somebody
out.
mashed the button. That's what happened.
Yeah,
I
push the button. So, but yeah, like I said, if you don't say, well, I can't have any pets because something might happen. Well, you don't want to live your life in fear. So if you like,
right, you're letting a situation that hasn't happened yet control you.
Right. So if you like pets, have pets. But you do
have a pet.
You do have to prepare for them. You have to have supplies on hand for them as well.
But you should anyway.
Yeah, you should.
Like we had a snowstorm and I couldn't get to work for 3 days. If we live off of like having to go to the store every couple of days, that's just a bad idea. Like crap happens. It's not even like I watched this other guy, his Mike Tangill whiskey.
Yeah.
He's the one that always talks about the 68%er and all that stuff. Yeah. He has other acronyms, which I thought were hilarious. He's like the TOTC. He's like, it's not the end of the world. It's just a turd on the carpet. It's just something that makes your life miserable for about 5 minutes, and you deal with it and you move on with your life. He calls that it's not a without rule of law or the end of the life as we know it. It's just a turd on the carpet. So he talks about TOTC all the time. It's hilarious. I like that guy. He's more like just grassroots.
Yeah.
He said there's 2% that's like hardcore military. We're going to go kill everybody and blah, blah, blah. And then there's another percentage that's nothing's ever going to happen and everything's rainbows and unicorn farts. And then there's the 68% of just normal freaking people.
Yep.
Just normal people that don't want to suffer through it. So they plan ahead a little bit. And that's the gross majority of preppers. It's not the crazies that everybody says. When you say prepper, everybody thinks bat crap crazy preppers. And 68% is not that. There's a few percentage that makes everybody think that, but the gross majority is not like they're not crazies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I love his channel. By the way.
It's pretty neat. He's more like grassroots, kind of just
he is. He's blue,
common sense kind of stuff. He's not like the I'm not gonna say a channel, but the prepper from up north, that wants you to have 57 different colored barrels with 2 years worth of food in it, Mylar bags, and you got to have 9 ocean containers to hold that crap, homie. Get real. But he's just like, be realistic with it, y'all. Like, you don't set unattainable goals, because then when you don't reach them, you feel like a loser and you give up. That's no way to be.
Yeah.
Yes. Get my microphone.
Yeah.
I love it. They
sent her a microphone. It's not even a microphone. It's just a stick with a microphone thing on it.
Because I talk loud enough.
Goofiness.
Oh, it's good stuff.
And it's got a little freaking quarter 20 thing on it, so she can put it on a little tripod and look like she's doing a podcast. And not even a microphone. It's just a stick with a clown nose on the end of it. What the crap?
Well,
Lord.
Half ready. Take the pet question before we round things out.
Yeah, no. If the end of the world is here, I want to be with my dog and my wife. So there you go.
Notice he said dog before he said wife. I'm just saying.
And my son. I want to be with those with my girls.
And there's a certain level of, like, I don't know, security blanketness that comes with your pets. Like, they are a part of your family. So you don't live in the woods all by yourself with no family around.
Right.
Why would you do the same thing without your dog if your dog is family? My dog is family. He sleeps in my room every night. Like, he's not an outside dog. He's huge, but he still sleeps inside every night. They're part of the family. You prep around them, not without them.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I mean, you
need a big doomsday kitty.
Prepping plan. My animals are part of my prepping plan.
My dog lets me know when anybody's coming. He's a early warning system. And then if they get too close, he bites them.
Yeah, I don't think my dog would bite a biscuit, but you know, she's part of my contentment process, right? So, but no, yes, I think animals are an important part of. They could be part of your security plan, or they could be part of your contentment plan.
Right. Exactly.
SHTF is going to be hard enough without finding some joy. We talk about that all the time.
Yep.
Find some joy. You have to find joy. If you don't, it's what the hell's the point in working as hard as we work to outlive everybody if we're going to be miserable bastards?
Right.
Right.
Yes, I said that exact thing. He's like, the whole point of prepping is it's not just to survive when everybody else doesn't. It's to make the least impact on your day to day. Like, you want to prep to the point where it's you're inconvenienced as least as possible.
There you go.
But why would you do away with something that you have every other day of your life before it happened? That makes no sense. Like, I had dogs in my life before, the balloon fell. Why would I not have it now?
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, find your joy. I mean, shit hit the fan's going to steal enough of our joy.
Right.
We should all live our life every day, not allowing anything to steal all of our joy. It's a hard knock without SHTF.
Right.
It's a hard knock life, man. It's everything in the universe is trying to kill you on a daily basis. Everything in the universe. Don't get that joy and hold on.
Yeah, don't give up something else.
Nope.
Yep. Right. Absolutely. All right, so we've hit our thing. So we'll go OVP, half ready, me, and then I'll let Leonard Mountain take it they'll end this all out. So OVP, thoughts, words of wisdom, take it.
Well, that hour went fast.
Yes,
I swear these hours keep getting shorter every week.
Got here.
Yep. Either that or we're just getting better at gabbing with everybody. But guys, like I say every week, learn as many skills as you can. You can only stock so much food, so much water. You don't have room for all this stuff. Like Chris was saying about the guy up north saying you need, an ocean worth of water and that. You don't have a place to put it. So learn your skills, learn how to forage, learn how to filter water, and because that's what's going to save you in any kind of long-term situation. So with that, we will let Mark do it, and we will see you all on my channel next week.
Yes.
So, you know what? Why this hour goes so fast is because it's just like going to church on Sunday. We get to preach our truths, and we get to hang out with like-minded folks for an hour, right? So I'm encouraging everyone on the panel, everyone in the chat, if you want to do a live and you want Half-Ass Ready or Rural 2IC or Ohio Valley Prepping or Leonard Mountain Homestead to show up on your live, my email address is readily available for all of y'all. I will try my darndest to show up and preach my truth, okay? But other than that, tell the ones you love that you love them, and we'll see y'all next Sunday.
Perfection. I'm going to go with find your person, right? We've been talking about find your people, but apocalypse partner. There's so many people out there right now that they're trying to go through things alone, and they have this misconception in their head that they're there to make all their problems disappear, and that's not true. Your apocalypse partner is supposed to be there standing by you and not leave when the problems show up. To be there to help through them, right? So make sure that as you go through, look and make sure that you have the right people with you, whether that it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, your fiance, your husband. If you're going to stay at single, your best mate, your best friend, whoever it is, whatever. Make sure you've got that ride or die person, that one that's going to be right behind yours, and your 6 is always covered. So if you've got that, turn that person, give them a call, let them know that you are super grateful and thankful, because as soon as I get off, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So everybody, thanks for tuning in, and special Grace, you've been sharing out everybody's links and all that. So they shared out Leonard Mountains. Go click on that and sub up if you haven't. They put content. But Chris, Amy, take us home.
Listen, I started this, so I'm gonna let him end. I know he's got something in this noggin of his. And before I let him take off, y'all are welcome anytime on my live. You just click on that link and come on up.
Most of the time they're there. So
yeah, most of the time you are there. Come on up.
Right. I'm usually at work, but
yeah, so come on up. Go ahead. What's your knowledge?
Well, I'm kind of piggyback off of Jeff, or not Jeff, or whatever. He said, find your people or your person, which goes right in with your people. But after you find your people, the joy of the internet is your people don't have to be right over there. Like I got 3 buddies right here that are probably 6 to plus hours away, one way to get to them, if not more than that. But again, with the joy of the internet, they're also right here without having to be right here. So with technology, while it still works, before the EMP goes off and all the technology goes to crap, I'm gonna piggyback off of Jack, and I'm gonna say check on your people after you find your people, because I've got really used to the bro checks, and I've actually started passing them on to other people. So I think we kind of got, and I was going to tell you, I was going to email you the other day, the bushcraft community had a thing like that, I don't know, a year or so ago. They had a show me your steak, and it was like a way of checking on, like, it was an anti-suicide thing. And I know YouTube don't like that word, so we're probably going to get kicked off, but we're about done anyway. So it was a way of like checking on your buddy without making it all frou-frou about it. Like, are you okay, dude? No, don't say that. That just makes me feel weird. Don't ask me. A lot of guys don't like people asking, are you okay? Because it makes them feel wimpy to admit that they're not okay. Well, it's okay to not be okay. And so the bushcraft community, because they're a bunch of hikers and backpackers, and they all use axes, not chainsaws, so they're tough and whatever. They're lumberjacks. So they made a fancy masculine way of asking that question, and it's just a hashtag show me your steak. And what it was is everybody that wanted to get in on it did a hashtag show me your steak, and they cooked a steak over an open fire and talked about their mental preparedness and mental health and all that good stuff. It was pretty neat. Hashtag
awesome.
Show me your steak.
I love it.
And don't make it.
I love it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a whole new reason to go shop steak. I wish I would have thought
Right?
about that.
I need an excuse to buy a ribeye. Like, come on.
Right. I went cheap and I just did bro check. So
yeah, it was
I'm glad it's working.
I thought it was neat that they're, because it's a big like stereotypical masculine, like toxic masculinity that guys don't like to feel like they need help. Like we're usually the ones helping other people. So to ask for help or admit that you're not exactly where you need to be mentally, it makes certain people feel a certain way. So they made a way to like ask without making it weird. I thought that was neat.
That is excellent. All right. Well, we've hit our hour. We went over our hour. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks to Chris and Amy for coming on and joining us. Thank you, gentlemen, and we will see you guys next week below me right there on Ohio Valley Prepping. And everybody have a safe and blessed night.